Welcome to the first episode of the Pogcast. I'm Vincent.
I'm Allie.
And we're just going to have a really fun time here, talking about some few random topics, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was Apple's emergency update. They were recently allegedly being tracked and kind of exploited, so they had to release an emergency update that you probably got but don't remember getting because it was labeled as an emergency.
Apple.
Well, that's your problem. But anyone who owns an Apple product would have gotten this update. You may not have noticed it, like you may have woken up with an alert that says you can't use your Touch ID and you have to log in, which means that it was downloaded. But Apple isn't revealing too much, but they just know that it's a lot of security issues with Apple right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with them.
What I got was from Google. Google kept crashing a couple weeks ago, and I searched it up, and it said that something about Samsung and Google. Google, you have to stop Google's update because the update made Samsung's crash, and I thought my phone was going crazy. I thought my phone was getting hacked.
Samsungs weren't ready or something. They weren't compatible at the time.
I literally thought I was getting hacked or something, and it was so confusing. I was like, bro, what is this?
So I have Disney Plus. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, I do.
You do. Have you watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No, I have not.
WandaVision was a great show. You have not watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. Okay.
No.
So The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a series on Disney Plus that follows the story of Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I recommend you check it out. They just released their second episode last Friday, and they're coming out with 4 more. So it's going to be a 6-episode event.
Is it like a superhero type?
No, yeah, it's Marvel.
Okay, I don't really like Marvel shows.
Yeah, I feel like that's what was great about WandaVision, is you don't have to be a Marvel fan to like it. It was a very good, it really wasn't Marvel. You could get away with watching the first 3 and not having to think about Marvel.
See, I was so, I'm on episode 4 and I'm still confused. I was so confused. I thought the entire show was going to be black and white, and then I realized, wait, the cover of it is not black and white, so it wouldn't make sense that it is.
Yeah.
So then I was like, wait. And then the endings were kind of,
Yeah, if you're not a huge Marvel fan, you probably wouldn't understand it, but it's still enjoyable. It's definitely enjoyable.
Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't watched WandaVision yet and you're not a big Marvel fan, I recommend watching Captain America: Civil War, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War. Those 3 are probably the key to understanding that story.
Oh my gosh, my mom, I swear, my mom must have a crush on Captain Marvel. She was like, don't tell your dad this, but,
Captain Marvel kind of hot. Brie Larson, though, she went through tremendous work to get fit for that role. A lot of people have to do that in those Marvel movies. I know Tom Holland. He's already very fit, but he had to do tremendous amounts of work to get to that Spider-Man role. Speaking of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man No Way Home film has just finished filming, and that will be coming this Christmas. It's the 3rd installment in the solo Spider-Man MCU franchise. I'm very excited for that.
There's so many. Okay, there's actually not that many, but
there's
can we talk about how Tom Holland is the perfect actor for an awkward teen going through?
He looks like he's 12. So that's I feel like that's what helps with the role. He looks like he's so young.
No, he doesn't look like he's 12.
He has the face of a 12-year-old and the body of a 30-year-old that just got out of prison.
That is not true. He does not have a dad bod.
No, I didn't say a dad bod. He looks like the guy
you said 30.
No, I said 30-year-old guy that just went to prison, and he came out more buff than he went in. That was the only thing he had to do. Like I said, he had to do so much work for that role, just for a couple shirtless scenes. And those are the best scenes of the movie. They always pause on those. The guy's 20-something. I think he's 24.
Probably.
I could be wrong, though. And they always just pause on the shirtless scenes for no reason. David Dobrik.
Like, oh gosh.
I'm gonna have to censor some of these words. If you do a trigger warning, this includes assault stories. I don't know all of the information on this.
Okay, I don't know.
So I'm just gonna give a very vague description. I'm gonna give. David Dobrik has been accused of assault of a couple women that were in, I believe, his house, with Dirty Dom there, and he filmed it. He posted the video, which is the problem. He posted the video, and I think it's taken down now. It should be. He posted an apology, the 22nd, I believe.
Which was very shallow, by the way.
It was.
Have you watched the body analyst of it?
I did not.
The YouTube video. There's a YouTube channel that there's this guy who like a body analyst who like looks at videos, controversial topics. Like he looked at Amber Heard's court case thing.
Did he look at James Charles, like No More Lies thing?
I don't know.
That'd be a great one to look at. But I feel like his apology, it didn't have many cut. It didn't have a cut. But here's what I have a problem with it. It seemed he's trying. He was trying too hard.
But no, here's the thing though. He didn't let anyone dislike or like or comment on it. If you're gonna have an apology and you're not going to let other people like talk about it, if you have an apology and you're not, no, here's the thing. If you have an apology and it's like one-sided and it's like, oh, I'm gonna apologize for this, but you can't respond and you can't put your emotional input on it, you can't respond, you can't do any of this, then it's not an apology.
Yeah, and since you deleted the video, you can't do it there either. There's no way to do it except for Twitter. I could be wrong though. He may or may not have disabled Twitter. I wouldn't blame him if he did. Like just for like a month.
So did you hear about KSI? Deleted?
I did not.
Did you hear about KSI left Twitter?
He did?
I mean, it makes sense though.
I know Elizabeth Olsen left like social media because everyone got mad at her for not. This was a while ago, by the way. No, everyone got mad at her for not giving an apology right away, or like a message towards Stanley's death back in 2018. That wouldn't be an apology. Sorry, Stanley. But the people got mad at her because she didn't do it right away, and I think it's totally not her fault that she didn't do that because.
It's not like.
Why are we so into social media that the only way to show affection for something is to post about it? Like,
like, here's the thing. People will... sorry. Okay. Like, I don't know. Like, you post about... You can be so fake on social media. Like, you can post about, like...
Exactly.
How...
A lot of the Marvel actors, though, they're very sincere. They are... Yeah. I believe them to be honest people. They're very nice. And the same thing with Elizabeth Olsen. She's much different than Mary-Kate and Ashley. I feel like she's the younger one too, and I feel like I've heard about her more. Mary-Kate and Ashley, I don't know. Elizabeth wasn't on Full House. I do not believe she was.
I don't think so.
I think it was only Mary-Kate and Ashley. But no, I just feel like that shouldn't be the only way to show affection or like sorrow for something.
Yeah, we should be able fake to me.
Exactly, like it shouldn't. Personal lives aren't social media, and the fact that she got back, it could have been fine if people like peacefully said, "Hey, are you like? Can you please just say something because we want?" But the fact that they went after her and she had to leave, that she couldn't even deal with it, and it's just I believe she's back on now, but it's just terrible that we kick people off of our app. Like Twitter and stuff.
Can we talk about okay, the cancel culture is so toxic. Like, I swear to God, people will cancel a literal 20-year-old for speaking his language, Quackity, and not cancel someone who is
did they cancel Quackity?
because he spoke his own language, like because he spoke
I love
Spanish
Mexican Dream.
Anyways, he spoke Mexican. Mexican? What? That's not even language. Bye. He spoke Spanish. And, people got offended. Like, he is Mexican. Bye.
There are...
they won't cancel people who are actually bad people. And it's just like, what?
There is a joke going around. I believe it's only a joke. I don't think anything came of it, but canceling Chase from Paw Patrol.
That is so funny. That happened a long time ago, you know.
That happened a while. This was back in, I believe, like last summer. I think it was last summer, because that's when the police brutality broke out. And
which I don't have anything against.
I don't have a problem with it, but the problem is we shouldn't be portraying every cop as hostile.
Yeah, like if you portray that, then it's gonna be that.
Because like, again, we still need to respect officers. Like, it's still a thing. But if there is police brutality, of course we should do something about it. But it doesn't mean that. Yeah, doesn't mean that every police force is against people. And
it's like you're labeling people who are trying, like,
it's also a kid's show, so you're gonna put this ideology onto a kid, and that's what I fear for some of the kids of next generations. Like, we already messed up, the boomers already messed up our generation with economy, and we have to pay to fix the glaciers. So we have to do that already. So that's already bad enough.
And we don't have to say what the millennials did.
I remember when the whole police brutality started, there were some people saying, I'm not going to expose my children to color, which is the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life.
Like,
because
what?
Let me just take this out. You're not going to, like, show your children life? Is that my question for you? Because there's so many things that we shouldn't pass on to kids of the next generation, because over time, like, it's let's say, like, racism before, it's 100% gotten, I'm not saying it's good now, I'm not saying there's no racism, there definitely is, and it needs to be solved, but it's gotten a slightly better than it used to be, and that's what we've been passing down, but there's still the people that are genuinely racist and passing this down.
And honestly, I don't think racism will ever end.
I wish it would, and I think it'll take hundreds of years, because some people are so dumb that they can't give up their own opinion and admit, hey, maybe the color of your skin doesn't matter. It's so dumb to think about.
Maybe the way you act and your personality matters more.
Yeah, and also the way that we've portrayed people who, like, Americans that are sometimes racist and stuff. I saw someone earlier today with a shirt that says size matters, and it was bullets, like different size bullets. And I took that so many ways due to the effects that I've seen. Like, I could totally see that.
I have such a, like, irrational dislike towards people who are, I will see a car or a truck with a sticker that says something about, like, guns, or America with guns, because the fact that America is portrayed with guns is terrifying to me, because that is a terrible way to portray a country, because I honestly do not like guns. Here's the thing, I'm not people who are proud of America, I'm just over here like, I'm not proud of my country at all. I don't have American pride. I'm sorry, I have to say it. I don't. I really don't.
It's certain people. It's getting worse, because I feel like we've gotten to the point where we want to be like everyone else, you know? That's something that stayed, but I feel like it's getting worse, like social media. And we want to be like everyone else, so when you have these protests,
social media paints this picture of perfect. It's never
even earlier today, I saw, like, this is along with, like, Women's History Month and, like, sexism and stuff like that, and the way some women are treated. Like, why are we treating people differently? And I saw a guy. I was at a restaurant, and the guy went up to her, and she goes, "It'll be like 10 more minutes," and he just, like, randomly just, like, touches her and stuff, and, like, he was just an old man. He could have not meant it in a bad way, but when I looked at that and the stuff that I've seen before, it just kind of made me feel that maybe this guy is not, like, the best towards women, and it just annoys me that some people they just can't, like, think of a world that isn't like that.
Here's the thing about social media and, like, sexism. Here's the thing. Social media paints this picture of people who are fake. not fake as in personality, but fake as in their bodies. Like, people, social media is painted with so many girls are insecure because of social media. Because social media, their feed, they're covered with plastic girls, and they're told, like, oh, look natural, but also look perfect. How in the world is a girl going to look natural and perfect? Perfect is not real, and you can't have, like, you're always going to have flaws. So when girls see people like Kim Kardashian, who had plastic surgery, I'm pretty sure, like...
You're pretty
and
sure?
Look at that. I'm pretty sure she has. Like, look at her.
She has, yeah. I don't... People who
And then they'll say, oh, you can look like this naturally, too. Like, that's impossible. Girls work their butt off. Girls can work their butt off doing, like, exercise and stuff, and they're probably never going to get that body. And it's fine to have a non-perfect body. It's so hard when social media paints this picture of, oh, you have to have big boobs, big butt, small stomach, all this. You can be happy and not be perfect.
Exactly.
And social media just makes it look like that's not it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just so annoying seeing younger girls too.
Well, I have to say, like, Bella Poarch. Now, Bella Poarch is a whole different story to begin with. She was in the military. I don't know what rank or anything. But then she went from defending the country to going on TikTok. And I don't know how I feel. I completely, like, respect, like, if you don't want to... But the way she's using it, it just seems like... Why did she leave the military to just go do this? And it feels... Yeah. Why was she there? I mean, she doesn't... It's just, she doesn't seem like the person that would... You know, like, she's made an image on herself on TikTok, and I can't think of anything else. Like, because that's what she's done. And I don't know why she left. I don't know the reasons for it. But it just seems a bit off to me. Bella Poarch's story. That's not really going with what you said, but I connected it. And I want to let's move off that topic. All right, we're gonna go on a new topic. A new AJR album dropped. I believe the last one.
Listened.
You have not listened to it? Oh, you have to. But I believe that the latest one that they dropped. Yeah, the last one they dropped was back on April 26th of 2019, and it was Neo Theater. That one included, I don't know how many songs. I don't believe I know. And they just released a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Bang is very good. They released one called Orchid Orchestra. It's very good. You should definitely go listen to it.
I've heard of AJR multiple times.
AJR, they're coming up. They're really good. They've gotten Bang on the charts so well.
Really?
Yeah. Way Less Sad when they released it. Way Less Sad when they released it got trending. They no, I think I love AJR. Like, I'm a strict AJR fan, and I think this album is great. It's a very fun album compared to what they did with Neo Theater. Neo Theater was very serious, and it had a very, like, deep meaning to it. It wasn't, like, very fun. It was, like, a very, you had to think. But now this one includes 12 songs. You probably heard of the 4 that released earlier. And the 4 that released earlier were Bummerland, My Play, Way Less Sad, and Bang. So those are the 4 that released there. So there's 8 new songs.
I like songs that make me think about the meaning, but, like...
Not too much.
I like songs that make me think, like, oh, what's the meaning of this song?
Well, I've come to realize with Neo Theater, which is... It's one of my favorite. Neo Theater, don't get me wrong, I love Neo Theater. That's a great album. But what they used to do with their old albums, with The Click and Living Room, is they did the overture. And they took all the songs and they made, like, a remix at the beginning of it. And they did with The Click, and they didn't do it with Neo Theater. They did Next Up Forever, which was a very deep meaning about not wanting to be the most popular. Like, he wanted to grow. And I was kind of annoyed that they didn't do that because I love when they do the overtures. But they brought that back with OK Orchestra. And I have to say, I think it's one of their best albums. It's definitely really good. All right, I think we want to cut this off. This will bring us to our 20-minute mark.
All right, I literally have so much to talk about still, but we'll do that next time.
All right, catch us next time in episode 2 of the podcast. We'll bring these to you guys probably weekly. I'm going to try and go for weekly. Definitely. So keep on the lookout, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed.